Welcome to Star Wars Artifacts. In this video, I'll show you all the Easter eggs I was able to notice in the first 3 episodes of the final season of The Bad Batch. Needless to say, this video will contain major spoilers for those who have not seen the episodes yet. First, let's start with voice actors. Ian McDiarmid reprises the role of Emperor Palpatine. Daniel Logan, who played young Boba Fett in the Attack of the Clones and who voices the character in the Clone Wars animated series, also does the voice of Mux, the older of the 3 clone cadets. The other 2 cadets are voiced by Julian Dennison. Finally, the voice of Lady Isa Durand is played by the legendary Angelica Houston. This is the second time Houston voices a character in the Star Wars universe. Previously, she has voiced the Sith Mother in the 2nd episode of the 2nd season of the Vision animated series, titled Screecher's Reach. Inside the Marauder, we can see text goggles on the shelf next to a computer where Hunter is sitting. Mount Tantiss is located on planet Wayland. This is a little wink to the Alien franchise, since the company for which Ellen Ripley works is named Weyland-Yutani. This is at least the 2nd time we have a reference to this franchise, as the Zulu Beast's early development stages also had the creature looking a bit like a xenomorph. The screen displayed on LSA's tablet is practically identical to what was shown on Obi-Wan's screen when Qui-Gon Jinn tested Anakin for midichlorians. The patch shown on Omega's shoulder is identical to everyone involved in cloning. We saw them on clones in Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, and numerous times in the Clone Wars animated series. We also saw the same patch on Dr. Penn Pershing and his staff in the Mandalorian series. The Urabesh seen on the computer screen receiving the blood sample results can be translated into stamina, agility, and strength. I emphasize on agility because another popular YouTube channel with 4 million subscribers said it meant speed. The Clone X we briefly saw next to an elevator was identical to the one we saw in Season 2 and will probably have a bigger role in the upcoming episodes. The K9X1 droid has a very similar build to KX series security droids seen in Rogue One and the Jedi Survivor video game. They also share the same Electro Riot baton as a weapon. Speaking of the Jedi Fallen Order universe, the Jotas Wrecker is referring to is a creature that Cal Kestis had to fight in the video game on planet Zephyl. The jungle planet on which Hunter and Wrecker discovered the abandoned lab and where they meet the 3 clone cadets is called Szechuan. The slithering vines living on this planet reminded me of the Drengir, a plant-like organism that create chaos in the galaxy after the Jedi destroyed the Sith rooms that were containing them during the time of the High Republic. Planet Deveron, on which the 2nd episode begins, is also featured in the Clone Wars animated series in Season 3, Episode 13, titled Monster. The room where Dr. Hemlock brings the Emperor has all the aesthetics of a Sith temple. We can even see some Sith runes on the floor. Project Necromancer is mentioned, and it is almost certain that it refers to the cloning of Palpatine himself. The project will still be a work in progress about 25 years later, as we saw in the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. During a meeting with the Shadow Council, we see Moff Gideon speaking with Captain Gilad Pellaeon about the eventual return of Grand Admiral Thrawn, as they say it will provide Commandant Brundle Hux, General Armitage Hux's father, enough time to deliver on Project Necromancer. Another 25 years later, we will learn that Palpatine was finally able to create an offspring named Dathan. This individual had not the capacities to sustain a sufficient number of midichlorians for Palpatine. Eventually, he will go on to have a daughter, Rey. This is not really an Easter egg, but I really liked to see Omega kick the MSE droid. It really made me laugh. However, if you take the reflection a bit further, it shows that Omega is not playing anymore and she won't accept to be bullied, especially not by a droid. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or give us a super thanks. You can also follow us on social media at SW Artefacts. I'll see you soon for another video, and until then, may the Force be with you, always.